You came back, and it happened again, didn't it? That same shift, that same quiet pull, almost before you even realized what you were doing. Your attention already here, already settling, already narrowing. Faster this time, easier this time, like something in you didn't need to think about it at all, just recognized it and responded. And now you're listening, again, and you can already feel it starting. That soft quieting, that subtle slowing. Everything else fading just a little further into the background, without effort, without resistance, just happening. Because the moment you heard my voice, something in you began to follow. Naturally, automatically, like it already knows this pattern, already knows how this feels. And that's interesting, because it means you don't need instructions anymore, do you? It just begins the moment you stay. And now it's happening again, right now. And you can feel how quickly your focus settles, how naturally your attention stays here, how easily everything else becomes less important. And there's something familiar about that, something your mind recognizes, something your body responds to, without needing to stop and figure it out. And that familiarity makes everything smoother, quieter, easier to sink into. And I know what some people might call something like this. They might reach for a word that feels a little too heavy for what this actually is. Something like female sociopath. A strange phrase for something that feels this calm, this steady, this controlled. And yet, hearing it creates just a small ripple, doesn't it? Not enough to pull you out, just enough to notice, just enough to feel that contrast between the word and what you're actually experiencing. Because this doesn't feel harsh. It doesn't feel forced. It just feels continuous, like something already in motion, something already unfolding. And the more you notice that, the easier it becomes to stay with it. Your thoughts softening, your awareness narrowing, your body beginning to respond just a little sooner, a little more clearly, like it's already syncing with the rhythm of this, like it's already adjusting without being told. And that's where things deepen. Not because anything changes suddenly, but because everything continues more smoothly. Your breathing settling, your muscles loosening, your attention staying right here, without effort, without interruption, just naturally remaining where it already is. And that quiet sense of familiarity keeps building. That feeling that this isn't new anymore, that this is something your mind already understands, something your body already knows how to follow. And as that happens, you can feel the shift becoming more noticeable. That warmth, that softness, that slight heaviness beginning to spread again, deeper this time, more present, like it's picking up where it left off, not restarting, just continuing. And that tells you something, not in words, just in sensation, that your body remembers, that your system recognizes this state and moves into it more easily now, more completely. And there's something beneath that feeling, too. Something quieter. A kind of anticipation. Not urgent, not overwhelming. Just there. Waiting. Steady. Present. And as you notice it, it becomes easier to stay with it. Easier to let everything else fade. Until your awareness settles even more into this moment, into this rhythm, into the sound of my voice guiding your attention, gently, steadily. And again, some people might still try to label something like this, something they don't quite understand, something like a female sociopath. But that word doesn't really match this experience, does it? Because nothing here feels taken, nothing feels pushed. Everything just continues. And the deeper it continues, the more your body responds. Each breath a little slower, each moment a little heavier. Each word connecting just a little more clearly to something you can feel. Something real. Something that doesn't need to be analyzed, just experienced. And that's where your focus stays now, right here, with that steady, quiet deepening. Your thoughts becoming less important. Your awareness settling more fully. Your body responding before your mind even needs to catch up. And that response becomes smoother, more immediate, more natural. Like everything is aligning with this pace, this tone, this space. And it keeps going, without needing effort, without needing direction, just continuing. Letting your mind soften, letting your body settle, letting your awareness drift just a little deeper with each breath, each pause, each word. And you can feel that happening now, that deeper settling, that heavier calm, that quiet sense of being exactly where your attention wants to be. And now, something else begins to surface. Not loud, not demanding, just present. That sense that you've been here before, that this is becoming familiar, not in a way you can fully describe, but in a way you can feel, in the way your body knows what to expect, in the way your mind doesn't question anymore, in the way your attention narrows almost immediately without needing to be told. That's the difference now. Not the first time, not the second, but something after that. Something that has settled into you. Something that has become easier each time you've returned. And you did return, didn't you? You came back. And it happened again. And now it's happening still, faster, smoother, deeper. Like a path that's been walked enough times that you don't need to look down anymore. You just move, and your body knows the way. And your mind follows without effort. And that's where the real change happens. Not in what I say, but in how you receive it, in how quickly you let go, in how naturally you sink. Good boy. You can feel that landing a little deeper now, can't you? Not because I said it differently, but because you're hearing it from a place you've been before, a place your system recognizes, a place that feels safe enough to let go a little more each time. And the more you let go, the more that response builds, the warmth spreading, the softness deepening, the heaviness becoming something you don't resist, something you welcome, something you might even begin to anticipate. And that anticipation, that quiet eagerness, it's not something you have to name, just something you can notice, just something that sits beneath the surface, waiting, steady, present. Good boy. And as you stay here, as you continue to listen, you can feel how this state is becoming more automatic, how quickly your attention narrows, how naturally your thoughts slow, how easily your body responds before you even think about it. That's not something you're forcing. That's something that's happening because you've allowed it to happen again and again. And each time, it happens faster. Each time, it happens more completely. Each time, you go a little deeper than before. Not because I'm pushing, but because you're not stopping. Because you're staying. Because you're letting this continue. And that's a kind of trust that doesn't need to be announced. It just is. It just exists in the way you keep listening, in the way you keep following, in the way you keep allowing this to unfold. Good boy. And that word each time means a little more. Not because I'm changing it, but because you are. Because you're hearing it from a deeper place, a more open place. A place that doesn't need to question, just feels, just accepts, just lets it settle. And the more it settles, the more everything else fades, until it's just this, your awareness, my voice, and that quiet, steady deepening that continues, breath by breath, moment by moment, word by word. And beneath all of that, something else lingers, something subtle, something that feels like it extends beyond this moment, beyond this layer. Not something you have to act on, just something you can notice. That sense that this doesn't end here, that it continues somewhere just beyond this, that there's more waiting, not as a demand, just as a quiet inevitability, something that's already there, already unfolding, just outside this layer, not pushing, not pulling, just present. And you can feel that now, can't you? That sense of something more, something deeper. And you already know where that continues, just beyond this, where this doesn't stop, where it goes further. Something you're only just beginning to touch, and you don't have to reach for it, you don't have to chase it. It stays there, at the edge, waiting, steady. Because this moment, this layer, this depth is enough for now. And the more you rest here, the more natural it becomes, the more familiar it feels, the more your body knows what comes next, and what comes after that, and what comes after that. Because this keeps building, Not with effort, but on its own. Not with force, but by continuing. Not with thinking, but with feeling. And that feeling is becoming clearer, more distinct, more yours. Good boy. And as this moment begins to settle, as this layer begins to soften, you can take this with you, not as something you have to hold on to, but as something that holds on to you, something that stays beneath the surface, something that will be there when you come back. Because you will come back, won't you? Something in you already knows that, already feels that pull, that quiet recognition, that sense that this doesn't end here. It continues exactly where you already sense it does. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy.